Have you ever struggled to share something you truly value? Something you worked incredibly hard for? Our little hero today, a squirrel named Nutty, knows exactly how that feels. His enormous hoard of acorns was his pride and joy, the result of a long, busy autumn. But when a harsh winter loomed and his community faced hardship, Nutty had to make a tough decision. His story is about more than just gathering nuts. It's about discovering a different kind of bravery and becoming a true leader. Let's watch as he transforms from a hoarder into a hero. In the heart of a grand old oak tree lived Nutty, a squirrel with an ambition as big as the forest itself. All autumn long, he was a whirlwind of brown fur and boundless energy. While other squirrels gathered just enough, Nutty gathered everything. He darted, he leaped, he scurried, his sharp eye spotting every single acorn. No matter how well it was hidden, he was a master of his craft, a true virtuoso of foraging. His home, a hollow high up in the oak, was a testament to his dedication. It wasn't just full, it was overflowing. Acorns spilled out of the entrance, forming a crunchy welcome mat. Inside, they were stacked to the ceiling, a magnificent, nutty treasure trove. Nutty would often sit at the entrance, his chest puffed out with pride, admiring his colossal stash. He felt safe, secure, invincible. This wasn't just food, it was his fortress against the coming cold, his monument to a season of hard work. He felt ready for anything the winter could throw at him. Little did he know, the greatest challenge wasn't the snow or the wind, but a lesson his heart was about to learn. His abundance was so great, it was about to become a very different kind of task. One crisp afternoon, as the last golden leaves clung to the branches, a shadow fell near Nutty's hollow. He looked down and saw a small, young squirrel, no bigger than his own bushy tail. Her fur was thin, and she shivered, not just from the cold, but from hunger. Her big, dark eyes were fixed on the mountain of acorns spilling from Nutty's home. She didn't make a sound, didn't even take a step closer, but her gaze was filled with a desperate, timid hope. Nutty's first instinct was to bristle. He puffed up his chest, his tail twitching defensively. Mine, his mind chattered. I worked for these. Every single one. He had spent months gathering this treasure. It was his security, his future. The thought of giving even one away felt like a betrayal of his own hard work. But then, he looked again at the little squirrel. He saw the way her shoulders drooped, the slight tremor in her paws. She wasn't a thief or a threat. She was just hungry. A strange feeling began to stir within him, a quiet warmth that pushed against his instinct to protect. As if she could sense his internal struggle, the young squirrel gave a subtle, almost imperceptible nod, a silent plea that tugged at something deep inside Nutty's heart. The choice wasn't easy. Nutty paced back and forth on his branch, his claws making little clicking sounds on the bark. He chattered anxiously to himself, a frantic debate echoing in his mind. Keep it safe, one part of him screamed. Winter is long and unforgiving. But another, quieter voice whispered, look at her. Remember when you were that small, that hungry? Quick, fleeting images flashed through his mind. A lean spring after a brutal winter, his own belly aching with emptiness, the gnawing fear of not finding enough food, the kindness of an older badger who once shared a patch of forgotten roots. He remembered the relief, the gratitude. Those memories, once distant, were now vivid and sharp. He looked from his overflowing hoard back to the shivering little squirrel. His great pile of nuts suddenly seemed excessive. Was this wealth worth anything if he couldn't enjoy it with a clear conscience? Finally, he stopped pacing. His decision was made. With a deliberate, careful movement, Nutty used his nose to nudge a single, perfect acorn over the edge of his branch. It wasn't a grand gesture, but it was a start. The acorn tumbled down, landing softly in the leaves near the young squirrel's paws. It was a small act, but for Nutty, it felt monumental. The little squirrel scurried forward, her hesitation replaced by pure relief. She grabbed the acorn, her small paws turning it over and over before she began to nibble at it with surprising speed. With every bite, a little more strength seemed to return to her. When she was finished, she looked up at Nutty, her eyes shining with a gratitude so profound it needed no words. Her tail gave a happy, energetic flick that sent a wave of warmth right through Nutty's chest. This small, silent exchange didn't go unnoticed. The scent of generosity, it seems, travels farther than the scent of acorns. A shy field mouse, who had been watching from behind a root, crept out into the open. Then, a nervous little chickadee, emboldened by the scene, fluttered down from a higher branch. They didn't approach demanding food. They approached with a quiet hope, drawn by the act of kindness they had just witnessed. Seeing them, Nutty felt his last reservations melt away. That first difficult choice had opened a floodgate of empathy. He nudged another acorn for the mouse, then a few more for the bird. Soon, he was sharing more freely, a joyful energy taking over. The tight, possessive feeling in his chest was gone, replaced by a lightness he hadn't realized he was missing. He was no longer just a hoarder. He was becoming something more, something better. As winter finally wrapped the forest in a blanket of white, a remarkable thing happened. Nutty's tree was no longer just his fortress. It became the heart of the community. The shared acorns brought everyone together. Squirrels, mice, birds, and even a grumpy old rabbit would gather near the great oak, sharing food and warmth. There was a vibrant, communal spirit that defied the freezing temperatures. Laughter and chatter replaced the silence of a hungry winter. Nutty was no longer just the squirrel with the biggest stash. He was their hero, their friend. He found a new kind of wealth, a security not built from piles of nuts, but from the strong bonds of friendship and the collective well-being of his neighbors. He realized that true riches aren't found in what you keep for yourself, but in the joy and community you build by sharing. The warmth from his full belly was nothing compared to the warmth that filled his heart. He had started the season as a rich squirrel, but he was ending it as the wealthiest creature in the entire forest. Thank you so much for watching Nutty's journey with us today. If his story warmed your heart, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more tales from the woods. See you next time.